wait for that. Let's go on
They
to the let's go on to the Atlanta Falcons. Let's go to the final team of the division.
this is
They
everybody's favorite for the
for the
division
division,
here.
really. Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Even though they have some things they need to work on too. That defense, for one, even though last year their defense was actually very respectable.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably they were really pretty much carrying that team for the entire season. Like the defense was doing the job. Jesse Bates was a huge free agent addition for the Atlanta Falcons. That was, you could argue that might be the best free agent addition from the previous season, because I think he made was either second team or first team All Pro Bowl player. Did he make top 100? If not, then that's crazy. But I think on Madden
I
he
don't think
may
he
be like,
did.
which is crazy. I think in Madden he has like a high rating too as a safety. Like he's
Yeah.
tremendous. He was great. He was great for the. I think he was underrated for the Cincinnati Bengals. I always knew he was really good for Cincinnati, and then coming to the Atlanta Falcons, he was tremendous for them. I forget how many. He had a lot of picks, I think, for the Atlanta Falcons the previous season. He was a godsend for them. So that was an amazing signing for them. But besides Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, your guy. How you feeling about AJ Terrell in 2024?
He's good, but he can be had. I'll say that. He's not this super elite corner people want him to be, personally, in my opinion. He's still a high end corner. If AJ Terrell's your corner one, you're really not losing sleep. Like you can be okay. Hey, I like AJ Terrell as the number one corner, but they have I don't know if I could say this word for YouTube reasons. They have a terrorist in Kevin King on the.
Man, oh God, yeah,
Granted,
it's not
he's the
too
number
good.
two player behind Jesse Bates. I mean, not Jesse Bates,
Terrell,
Terrell. But man, if he ever has to step into the game, you're cooked.
you know what this team needs? Stephon
Well,
Gilmore.
it's actually it's quite weird that he's still on the market. His asking price must be like, because
He
dudes
must
like
be asking.
they just don't stay on the free agent market for this long.
I
Like
think I
not a
think with
single
yeah.
team has been linked to him this part,
I,
and I think
I
that's interesting.
I think with Stephon Gilmore, I think he's looking at I think teams, they're looking at him. They're looking at his age. They're looking at the fact when he was on the Cowboys. Although he did have his moments, there was a little bit of a regression. There were moments
Mm.
where we look at Stephon Gilmore like, you don't look the same. A few years ago, you wouldn't have let that happen. So I think with Stephon, he may be asking for over 10 M's, and teams are like, for your age and the fact that you're regressing, I don't think we want to invest in your services if you're asking for that much. Maybe if it was, or another thing, they probably want to get him on a 1 year deal. That could be another thing. Like remember with Odell with the
Mm-hmm.
what was it, the Ravens, where he was trying to get a certain deal in place, and like teams weren't offering him that deal until the Ravens came through and they offered him a bunch of money for like one season. I think with Stephon Gilmore, I don't know if he's looking for a long-term deal and teams are just like, whoa, like major turnoff. Teams are probably coming back and giving him like, all right, we'll give you a bunch of money, but it'll be for like 1 year. I don't know. I really don't. I think teams, they look at his age and they're turned off at the idea of offering him a long-term contract. So, but hey, that's just speculation. I'm just trying to
Yeah, we're
figure
no
out.
Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe that could be the case, but the Falcons could definitely use the services because these cornerbacks, this is ridiculous. Like I'm seeing clips on Twitter. Drake London cooking dudes 1-on-1. Kyle Pitts cooking dudes 1-on-1. I'm hearing all these great things from the wide receivers for the Falcons, and I'm saying to myself, should I really take this seriously? Because these corners, these safeties, besides Jesse Bates, how you feel about Richie Grant? Do you think Richie Grant is good? or is he like?
I think he's solid.
Okay, all right. Well, those are on. Yeah, they have Jesse Bates and Richie Grant, but those corners, AJ Terrell, I'm seeing them get cooked too. So I don't know. I don't know if I should
D.
feel
Alfred
confident.
and
I don't know if I should feel confident seeing
Mhm.
the Falcons wide receivers just continuously have their way against the secondary, because it's just not that good. They have Lorenzo Carter, Mike Hughes, Troy Anderson. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Grady Jarrett is still there.
You got David on your mouth.
Yeah. Let me look at their let me look what they looked like in the previous season, because last year I don't know if they had the same exact roster, but I forget who their defensive court was. Was his name Ryan Neeson? I forget, but their defensive coordinator, whoever they had as defensive
They had
coordinator,
him ready to play.
yeah. So
It was really the
Falcons,
offense that was selling them
yeah,
because Dennis Allen, not Dennis Allen,
it was
Arthur Smith
Arthur Smith.
wasn't trying to use Bijan on the goal line or just use Bijan in general.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. All right. Okay, they had Calais Campbell there. They had okay. All right. Yeah, this team's different. Okay. I mean, they had don't give me like Jeff Okuda, although like he's mid, but he's better than the corners they have now. They had Trey Flowers, they had let me see, they had Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell. Like they had some dudes that could play. Now they don't have those players anymore. So yeah, this defense is definitely a touch worse.
I think the offense is going to have to carry them to some wins because the
Yeah.
defensive side, from what people been saying, they just been getting consistently cooked during training camp.
Yeah.
But they haven't again. It could just be the fact that they haven't practiced against a guy like Kirk Cousins or even Michael Penix for that matter, because Desmond Ridder was not it.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I was right. So it was Ryan Nielsen. So he's with the Jaguars now. If I remember correctly, I remember. So when Arthur Smith got fired, they just cleaned up the entire coaching staff, and he went to the Jaguars, if I remember correctly. Because I wanted him to go to the Packers, but ultimately we didn't hire him, and I'm all right about that. We were able to get somebody else, and he's been pretty solid. Well, so far it looks like he's going to be doing a good job for us. But yeah, man, this Falcons defense, it's not too promising. It's going to come down to the offense. They brought in, to me, look at the coaching staff. I like the offense. I mean, you bring in the passing game coordinator from the Rams. He's going to be the offensive coordinator. I like that a lot. Kirk Cousins is your quarterback. If he didn't get hurt, he would have finished in the top 10, in my opinion.
Easily.
You still have Drake. Yeah, easily. You have Bijan Robinson. You have Drake London. You have Kyle Pitts. So you have a solid.
Hopefully,
solid
Raheem
group.
and them will use them properly. For the love of God, the fantasy people have been hoping that Kyle Pitts will do something, and he just hasn't been worth the value.
And if you watch film, you notice that Kyle Pitts, he was dealing with an injury.
Yes, he was.
He
was looking slow,
very
out there.
limited. He was looking, and his he's trying to break through his routes. They weren't very crisp at all. He wasn't separating to the level that we nearly expect him to separate. So he wasn't himself last year. This year, I expect a lot more. The offensive line is decent. I expect them to hold up and allow Kirk Cousins the time to throw the football. They brought in Rondale Moore. He's a gadget guy. They could utilize him, especially with that, with the offensive coordinator. I expect the system, they'll utilize the different gadget plays. Darnell Mooney, he's a speedster. They'll be able to utilize him as well. So this offense is pretty good. It's really good. And then let's say Kirk Cousins gets hurt, knock on wood. Guess who's the second string quarterback? Michael Penix Jr. And although we didn't see him run a lot, the dude has wheels. He runs a 4.5, so he has some wheels to him, and he's very accurate with the football. So I like this Falcons team. I just don't like the defense. I think offensively they're going to be very fun to watch. They're going to be a very fun fantasy team. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the team that I expected them to be last year. Well, this season they're actually going to fulfill what I thought they were going to be. But yeah, Zach Robinson, Raheem Morris, the head coach. It seems like Raheem Morris is going to bring just a level of fun and energy that was lacking from the Falcons the previous season. They just looked miserable out there. Like, I mean, we saw the clips of Desmond Ritter and was it Mac Hollins? We saw those
Yeah.
clips. We saw the clips of just the frustration and the lack thereof. So I expect big things from this offense. I expect big things from the quarterback. And yeah, let's get